I just had a Zoom conversation with a funeral director who owns multiple funeral homes, and he sounded really confused. He figured because he has more than 5 locations, he thought just the locations alone would keep him busy. And he was really confused by that. And he thought, well, if I own multiple homes and people drive by us every day, why aren't they call us when they need our help? And I said, well, chances are, your competitors are using, near me searches or Google Maps or social media or they're creating videos to create the need, right? And I asked, are you selling pre-need? And it's, well, yeah, we are, but it doesn't represent, much of our revenue. And I thought, well, it should represent at least 80 or 90% of your revenue because we all know we're going to need your services at some point. And if we're not going to use your services, we're going to use your competitors' services, right? So shouldn't you be focusing on, selling pre-need? And I told him the story about, how we revolutionized the funeral industry about 35, 37 years ago. And we were the first ones to start selling pre-need for the funeral industry, and everybody started doing it within 3 or 6 months. So if it was such a great tool back then, why did you stop using it? Especially with artificial intelligence that can initiate 1,600 calls every minute, and social media, and all the other leverage tools, especially the Near Me or Google Maps type program, because Near Me is 10 times better than Google Maps because you own 7 search terms in a 7 mile by 7 mile grid, so 49 square miles. And he thought, really? Yeah, you own the search terms. Figure out what search terms people are using, or we can do some research, figure out what they're searching to find your competitors. Buy those search terms so you own them, and it only costs you about $600, $700 each month, and you can probably double your sales when you go to search. Because either you're buying pre-need and you're planning years in advance, 10, 20 years in advance, or if something happens, then you're going to Google or social media to type best funeral homes near me, right? And that's probably one of the search terms you should use. And he thought, could that really work? And well, yeah, it's been working for every other industry, including restaurants, painting companies, roofing companies, you name it, it works for them. But at the same time, we should also use organic to promote the business, to build trust and credibility, because people do business with people they know well and trust, right? Especially in your industry. And he thought, okay, what's the next step? And he started asking about opening more locations. And I go, wait a minute, are you at capacity in your current locations? Because if you're not at capacity in your current locations, then we shouldn't even think about new areas or new locations. And when you're ready, we'll get you loans that you need to build new locations. That's not a problem. But let's get your current locations to capacity. Using 3 basic tools: Near Me search, organic, 3 to 6 videos per day, and of course, artificial intelligence. Those are the top 3 best producing systems out of the 10. And you should be using all 10. And he thought, okay, that's really different from what I'm doing. And I said, well, what are you doing? Well, we're buying some Google ads, and we're depending on referrals, and we're depending on great locations to bring the traffic. And I said, snarkily, how's that working for you? Right? Because your competitors are not sitting around waiting for someone to kick the bucket, right? They're selling pre-need, they're using social media, they're using AI, and they're using AI also to to eliminate some salaries in the office, right? And AI can be a better salesperson than your salespeople. Trust me. And if you're not using AI to answer the phone, on the first ring, or answer an email within 10 seconds, then you're allowing your competitors to take those leads. So if you are in the funeral industry and struggling, type AI below or near me below or organic below, and let's see if we can help you. AI below. Take care.